And we are live for this week's Windy City Hockey Live. Yes, what's up, Ryan? How are you doing today? As well, some news have happened for the Hawks here in all day. Two things have happened. I made a video earlier today. If you haven't seen that already, I would highly appreciate it if you go back and watch my most recent video. As the Hawks haven't official made it announcement, but Kobe Cohen earlier today announced that he will not be returning to the Blackhawks. He's going to be moving to Philadelphia to be closer to his family. Understandable. He just had a kid, so he may want to be closer to his family to do that and have his kid there. So I hope everything is best of luck for the Cohen family, because Kobe honestly wasn't bad. I get that he became a little polarizing when it came to the broadcasting for Blackhawks hockey, but Kobe was not a bad broadcaster. I really did like how he was very knowledgeable when it came to the younger prospects coming into the game. How are you doing, Tampa Bay Lightning fan? Make sure to leave a subscribe if you haven't done so already. I will highly appreciate it. But yeah, the Blackhawks now, just a little bit, about 30 minutes ago, news has dropped from Charlie Romoliotis on Twitter that the Hawks may have just done a contract extension. As you know, my title, it's broadcast news and Athanasiou returning. Yes, on number 89, Andreas Athanasiou is going to be re-signing with the Chicago Blackhawks. It's good to see. Is that a high cap hit? Yes, but does it matter? No, because the Hawks have all the cap space in the world. Okay, understandable, Rick. That's all good. But yeah, all the cap space in the world for the Hawks, so they can overpay for players. They're going to have to overpay for players to get to the salary cap floor. And well, this contract does help the Hawks get to that position, to get to the cap floor here in the coming weeks, because free agency is just under a month away on July 1st. So the Hawks made a signing, and that being Andreas Athanasiou returning to the Blackhawks for a 2-year. Where are you, the dollar value? I just had it on my phone. Well, yeah, he's getting a 2-year deal, which is good to see. And I like Athanasiou. Did he have a rough season to go last year? Yeah. But he's returning. He's re-signing with the Hawks. It's a 2-year deal for $4.25 million AAV. So he gets a pay raise, mainly because the Hawks have to get to the cap floor, and it's not a bad time to keep Athanasiou around. He brings speed. You're going to get maybe 20 goals out of him, because that's what he did last season. So kind of expect another 20-goal season from Athanasiou this coming year. AA played well. His problem is he is a poor man's Connor McDavid. That's what it is. He has skill and he has the speed, but he has the issue of burying the puck. Mainly, he buries himself into the net when it comes to going on a breakaway. But Athanasiou, I did like. I do like Athanasiou. Him returning, I'm okay with it. I think it's a good deal. Hawks keeping Andreas Athanasiou around for at least 2 more years. He could get moved around. Who knows? But it's a good deal. The Hawks keep Athanasiou around. Seemed like the team liked him. The Hawks keeping him could be a beneficial move, because we do have another future face of the NHL coming to the team here in the next 21 days. So It's a good time to be a Blackhawk fan. Okay, let's see what let's get caught up on the chat here. Guys, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'm leaving it up to you guys to talk in the chat because I'm willing to answer any questions you guys have. And also, if you were to do 32 NHL from scratch, where would you put teams? Well, of course, I will keep teams in the original six cities. That's where I would start out with. Then for some cities that I would say um, get put in Minneapolis, I would put in. It's a That's a hard question to answer there, Rick, but there's it's hard to answer with like 32 teams. I would not have a team in Arizona personally, but that's how it is. But yeah, the Hawks getting to keep Athanasiou around, it's a good move. Yes, it's a high cap hit, but does it matter? No. That's all I have to say. Athanasiou returning to the Hawks, I'm okay with it. It's a good it's a high cap hit, and it's just to mainly get the Hawks to that cap floor for the main concern. That's a big issue. The Hawks need to get to the cap floor, and they are going to overpay players at free agency. That's how it's going to be. They're going to overpay players this offseason, probably to 1 year deals, overpayment. And then next year, they will go after some of the big fish in the free agency because this year, the free agency market, honestly, it's weak. And well, that's where the Hawks are sitting. So, um, I do like what the Hawks are starting to do here, but let's talk about the broadcasting little bit more today. As earlier, I did a video talking about the Hawks making some broadcasting changes. Kobe Cohen leaving to go back to Philadelphia, closer to his family. And then it appears to be Darren Pang, who was the color analyst for the St. Louis Blues for uh, quite a while, and former Blackhawk goalie and current color analyst of TNT, will be joining the Blackhawks broadcast team. And it sounds like Troy Murray will take up the TV job when Darren Pang has to do uh, his broadcasting for TNT. Similar situation to what happened when Eddie Olczyk was with the team. He was our longtime color analyst, and when he had to do national games for NBC or TNT, he would go, and then the Hawks would bring in uh, Steve Conroy for those games. But it sounds like they might keep Troy where he can come in when needed on the TV side, but keep him mainly in the radio booth with John Weideman. I'm okay with that. I prefer John Weideman and Troy Murray together. It's a good tandem. They work well together, and that radio broadcast is honestly the best in the NHL. Not a lot of people give credit to the radio broadcasts in the league. Hey, what's up, Charles? So, you know what's crazy? I got recommended your videos, but never subscribed. I just assumed I was subscribed, but you have one more. Oh, thanks, Charles. I appreciate that. But yeah, there's a it, it's a minor news day as the Hawks just made one signing for extension on Athanasiou, and then the broadcasting news, that's a little bit big news for the Hawks, but otherwise it's pretty much that's been about it for the Hawks. We all know but I should mention the Seattle Thunderbirds this last weekend did get lose in the Memorial Cup final, getting shut out 5-0 to the Quebec Rampart. With the fact the Hawks had three prospects playing for Seattle, it kind of sucks to see that happened, so I just needed to mention that. Was planning on making a video, but I lost track of time to get a video made about that. But guys, we should be with Charles subscribing here. Should be one like 49 subscribers away from 1,000. Let me check. Yes, we're currently 49 subscribers away from hitting 1,000 subscribers on this channel. It's been a long run. I've been doing this channel since 2018. And the channel will turn 5 years old officially on July 12th. Let's try and get to that 1,000 goal before the channel hits 5, because I might have something up my sleeve here for the channel. I'm not going to give away what I'm potentially planning, but I am planning something once this channel hits 1,000 subscribers. So let's try and reach that goal, as it's been a long run of trying to reach the 1,000 subscriber milestone for the channel. I just want to say. Yeah, hopefully the draft would be fun. Again, I did say I was planning on going to the draft, but right now it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to go with the cost of the tickets. I would love to go down to Nashville to catch the NHL draft live to see a potential number 98 from the Regina Pats getting drafted by the Chicago Blackhawks. And guys, if you don't follow me on Twitter, I do have a daily post saying what day, how many days till basically the draft, but it's like today is 21 days till Connor Bedard's officially a Chicago Blackhawk type of tweet. That's how I do it, and it comes with a highlight of Bedard scoring. So make sure to follow me on Twitter. I would drive down to Nashville. It's only a 4-hour drive. Ryan, I want to go to the draft. I really do, but the tickets for the draft aren't cheap right now. They're like $250. It's difficult to get any tickets, so I'm trying to get them. If I could find one for cheaper, I would go to the draft. Trust me, I want to be in Nashville for the draft. So it's like a real small percentage right now for me to go to the NHL draft. If I go, I will have a video at the draft. I would even do maybe a quick live stream outside waiting for the draft. Don't you guys don't need to donate money. I'm not saying anything like that. Plus, I don't have that ability to have the donate button on the channel yet. Yeah, I was just talking about that there, Skylar. The Hawks making the signing to extend Andreas Athanasiou to a 2-year, $4.25 million contract. High cap hit, but with the Hawks needing to get to the cap floor, it works. It doesn't matter. Athanasiou gets you 20 goals, you're good. He's not going to be our leading point getter next year. That should belong to potentially Reichel or Bedard. Yes, knock on wood. But let's be honest, I think we got Connor Bedard coming. Can we donate on Discord if we can get 10 people to donate 10? No, there's no need to donate. Trust me, I'm not going to ask anyone for money. Trust me, I won't do that. You guys aren't, Charles, you don't need to do that. Oh, I would love to, but trust me, I'm working on it, Charles. I am honestly trying to work on trying to go to the NHL draft. That's the main thing here. But you guys don't have to worry about trying to donate to the channel. I'm not going to accept it. Trust me. Players should the Chicago go after? Well, are you talking about in free agency, Skyler? Uh, okay, Charles, but I guarantee it, I won't change my mind on that part right now. Almost guarantee you, my mind won't be changed. Yes, and trade. So for free agency this year, I want to see the Hawks go after maybe a veteran that can be maybe a good leader to Connor Bedard in a development stage and a potential protector of Bedard. So, so uh, one player I've looked at for the free agent market that I would be interested in is a player like Alex Kaloran of the Tampa Bay Lightning or JT Compher of the Colorado Avalanche. Those are two players I would not mind seeing signing in Chicago. Also, I would like to see Max Domi come back to the Blackhawks because Domi works so well in the Richardson system. So I would be okay with Max Domi returning to the Blackhawks via free agency this year. But for trades, really, it's a difficult one to answer. Trading the trades will be how they come just because the Hawks are going to try and get assets with the trade because main player I would like to come to the Blackhawks if we can do it because they are going to need to move move the contract out because they're in cap hell. In Vancouver, I would be interested in seeing the Hawks trying acquiring like a player like Brock Besser, maybe a Garland, in their 11th overall pick for our 19th overall selection, just because we'll take on the high cap hit of like Brock Besser, hopefully. I would take Besser any day. I like his play. I think he just needs a change of scenery, and I think he would work well in Chicago. So I would like the Hawks to maybe try and target Brock Besser off of Vancouver and get that 11th overall pick, maybe trade our 19th overall selection and get in the high teens again. But yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at for the trades. I just think the Hawks will try, if they do make trades, it's going to get them to try and get to the cap floor and get assets back because they would take on a cap dump while bringing in assets for the future. The Blackhawks' future is bright. It they have are ranked top 5 for prospect pools in the NHL. They're going to be ranked number 1 once Connor Bedard is drafted by the Blackhawks. And with them having another first round pick, it could be even they could, I don't want to say it, but I could see the Hawks rebuild coming to an end within the next 3 years. I really think it could happen. The Hawks turnaround could be booming with Connor Bedard coming to the Blackhawks. So, guys, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I will highly appreciate it, as we are only 49 subscribers away from hitting the ultimate goal for this channel, the 1,000 subscriber mark. I would really love to do it right before the draft, but let's try and push for July 12th to really get to that goal, because July 12th would be the 5th anniversary of Windy City Hockey. If you guys don't realize it, the channel actually was originally named Nick S. Blackhawks Talk. That was originally a placeholder name that I held for, I believe it was 2 seasons of the 2 years of the channel, and then I rebranded on January 1st, and that would have been of 2020, and became Windy City Hockey. AA, Reichel, Bedard, that's not a bad line. I personally don't like the fact, I won't like that line, Nimmer. I don't think Athanasiou would work well for that line. I think we need someone who brings a little bit of grit to the line to help protect the two young stars for the Blackhawks. Hell, I would prefer Radish on that line. Oh, okay. Yeah, for me, the Blackhawks era that I will forever be like, that's forever going to be in my heart, is the 2010 Patrick Kane, um, Jonathan Toews, Brent Seabrook, Marion Hossa, Duncan Keith era Blackhawks, the core Blackhawks. Just looked on SeatGeek and tickets for draft. Yeah, I've been looking. Trust me. O'Reilly a possibility. O'Reilly, Bedard, and Reichel would make more sense. Ryan O'Reilly, I feel that he would want to go to more of a team in a contender position. If the Hawks do sign him, that means they steal two players that are two people from St. Louis in the same offseason. And I think that would be funny, but I don't really think O'Reilly would come. I would prefer us try and go after a younger player, maybe a JT Comper from the Colorado Avalanche. Because I don't feel like it's right to ask. Here's my thing. I don't feel like it's right to ask people for money on line. I don't think that's right. So that's why I'm not going to ask for you guys to donate. It, and plus I can't really let you guys donate because the channel needs to hit 1,000 subscribers for even to be able to monetize on the channel. So that's another purpose, but I don't really want to. I won't ever ask you guys to subscribe because here, not to subscribe, to donate. The main reason is I I do this for fun, and I really respect you guys coming to the channel. I enjoy talking with you guys. I don't need you guys to be paying for it. That's why I won't uh ever ask for you guys to donate. I agree. It would be ideal if the Hawks could return, get Max Domi to return to Chicago. I really do like Max Domi, so if the Hawks could get Domi back, I would be happy if he came back. Maybe sign him to a similar contract what Athanasiou's making. Maybe give him an extra year. I would personally would give Domi a 3 year at this point overpayment range of 5.25. Again, Charles, I'm not going to accept it. I won't. I won't take donations. Again, I really can't take donations due to the fact I need to be able to monetize the channel first. The channel is 45 subscribers, 49 subscribers away from 1,000 subscribers. That is when I'm able to open up the ability to monetize the channel, and then that button for the super chats do open up. But I don't even think I will even open the super chat button. Where could Alex DeBrincat end up? Looks like he's out of Ottawa. That's a good question there, Nimmer. As much as I would love to see the cat come back to Chicago, I could realistically see DeBrincat end up in a team like New Jersey or even Carolina. I really think he ends up in one of those two teams. I would love him to come back to Chicago. It's not happening. That's why I won't say Chicago. I heard talks about Mishkov having more upside than Bedard from the Athletic article. Yes, I saw that athletic. I read that Athletic article as well. Mishkov does have a lot of upside. If it wasn't for his KHL contract situation, Mishkov could be going number 2 overall. But the safest player to get is Connor Bedard, and it will be Connor Bedard's name getting called at number 1 overall. It's a safer bet. He is a generational talent as how he proven it in the World Juniors and with the Regina Pats. He's a great player, and Bedard will be in the NHL next year. Mitchkov won't be in the NHL for another like 3 or so years. 3, maybe 4. If I remember his contract situation, it's like 3 years that he signed for in the KHL. Mishkov, if he drops in the draft, I wouldn't mind the Hawks trading up into a position where they could draft Mishkov, that would be a smart move because if they could get Connor Bedard and Mishkov, that would be very that would be a little saucy for the team. That would be a great rebuild overload for the team. Again, guys, I do plan on going live once a week during the off season. So this will be our weekly live stream for this week, as last week was our first one for the off season live. So this is the first one. This is this week's live stream. I probably would do the weekly live streams every Wednesday evening. I think that's probably the best time to do it, depending on scheduling. I may have to move it around every now and then, but I think Wednesday night might be the best bet to go live. How about Rim? I looked into him. I don't think the Hawks will draft him. I personally I made a video on the other day where there's 5 prospects I looked into. I was doing that research for the last month, and 5 prospects I really looked into that I came to really had some interest in. Make sure to go back and watch that video. That video came out just a few days ago. So go ahead and watch that video if you want to see my 5 players I kind of could see in the range from 11th up to 19th overall, that because there's rumors the Hawks could go up to the 11th overall pick by trading with Vancouver. So I would be I kind of made my video that structured of a way. So guys, is there anything else you want to talk about? Because we've been going live for 33 minutes so far. These weekly live streams won't be a long live stream, but either 30 minutes to an hour long. That's what my plan is with these weekly live streams. So if that's all you guys want to talk about, just let me know. I will give you maybe a few more minutes to chat and we'll see from there. All right. Well, I Seattle Thunderbirds did lose, unfortunately. Yeah, I talked about that earlier. It does suck to see Seattle lose in the Memorial Cup. They had a good run, and the fact that was their second shutout all season, that sucks to see. Hey, Leaf fan, how are you doing? If you guys missed anything I talked about, make sure to come when the live stream goes, just gets automatically posted to YouTube. Go back and watch what you missed in the live stream if you wanted to go back and uh see whatever you missed. Yeah, the Hawks prospects did look good. Korchinski had a few rough parts to his game during the final, but it seemed like all of Seattle looked like they were gripping their sticks too hard and they could not get anything going. So I think the Hawks are set where, yeah, we know Nolan Allen and Colton Dock are likely to be going to the Rockford Ice Hogs next season. Kevin Korchinski, I personally think it would be smart if he will go back to the juniors. Personally, I if the stupid rule from the CHL and the AHL was not a thing where you can't be under 20 years old if you're going to go pro and you get sent to the AHL. I wish that rule wasn't in place. So Korchinski, personally, I feel like should be in Rockford next year, but he can't. So he'll be back in Seattle next season, in my opinion. Alex DeBrincat doesn't want to sign with Ottawa, so the Senators are looking to trade him. Maybe he'll come back to Chicago. I already talked about that. I don't think he is going to come back to the Blackhawks. He wasn't in the timeline last year. Why would he be in the timeline again? Uh, After just only a year removed from the team, I would love to see Cat return to the Blackhawks, but I just don't see it happening. Yeah, that Provorov trade was ridiculous. Danny Briere, the GM of the Flyers, made his first trade, and it was a big splash in making a trade. That's for sure. Yeah, they can, but I think it will be smart not to make any moves this offseason in the free agency market where they're big. There's no real true this free agency market this year is weak. Next year, it stays the way it is right now. It's going to be one of the deepest free agency markets in recent memory. So, next year is the year I feel like we start seeing the Hawks making big splashes when it comes to free agency. Yeah, Philly going into a rebuild. That is true. They've honestly needed to rebuild for years. All right, guys. I think I'm going to cut the stream off about here. I want to say thank you for the. Oh, maybe Patrick Kane and Jonathan. I don't think Taser Kane or I can't see Kane and Taze returning to the Blackhawks. I would love it, but it won't happen. Taze, I honestly think he's going to be retiring. Kane, with his hip getting put under surgery the other day, I could see him decide to sign maybe a two. If he gets an offer of a 2-year deal, I can see Kane sign it with a team and stay there. But when he's at the back end of his career, I can see Kane return to Chicago on the back end of his career when the Hawks are starting to get ready to contend for a Stanley Cup. I don't think he returns to the Rangers. I really don't think it's good for Kane if he does return to the Rangers. The way their fans treated him was not the greatest. So I would not if I was Kane, I would not return to New York. I hope Athanasiou comes back. Well, your hopes are actually prevailed. Athanasiou did re-sign a contract today. That was a big part of why I went live today. I originally had a plan to go live today, then I had to cancel it, then I decided, well, the Athanasiou news came out just around the time I was planning to go live, so might as well just go live. So yeah, Athanasiou is returning to the Blackhawks for 2 years at $4.25 million. I could honestly, I still see a team signing Patrick Kane. His timetable pushes him to at least December, so I could see Kane come back and sign a contract with a team via free agency, and he could. I could so knowing how Kane is, he will try everything to come back on the earliest time of his recovery table. So I could see Kane maybe return to a lineup around October, knowing how he is, because when he broke his collarbone, he had a timeline of 12 weeks of being out. He came back 7 weeks of that timeline. In last year, Brad Marchand had a similar situation where he had to get both his hips surgically repaired, and he was supposed to be out for several months into the season. He came back like 3 weeks into the regular season. Yeah, it was fun. It's now the Hawks being in a rebuild. It's going to be a little bit till we try and get back there. But guys, I think I'm going to end the stream off here. I want to say thank you for those who came by the live stream. If you missed some of the stream, you could go back and rewatch the stream, as it will post as a video to the channel. And thank you for watching the broadcast. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, as we're only 49 subscribers away from hitting 1,000 subscribers on the channel. And most of all, let's go Hawks.